And now, Laramie Live on KOWB continues on AM 1290.
David Sutter back with you. It's coming up on 8:10 here on a Monday edition, and my pleasure to welcome in Pete Gosar and Devon O'Connell as we're talking a little bit about some free legal services and advice you can kind of get and take advantage of. It doesn't happen just this Wednesday, but this happens to be a big week, and I appreciate both of you coming in. How are you today?
Thank you, David. Well, good morning.
Good morning. And talk a little bit about this here as we do have this free legal advice clinic. It does happen once a month, but this one happens to kind of as I mentioned, and you told me as we were prepping for this, Devon, just it happens in conjunction with kind of free pro bono week, kind of a national week here for folks to take advantage of legal services.
That's right, David. This week is National Celebrate Pro Bono Week, and we are hoping to get out the word so that folks in Laramie and across the state of Wyoming can, if they need legal services, if they can't quite afford those legal services, you can come to one of the clinics that are across the state this week in Laramie. It's Wednesday from 5 to 7 at the downtown clinic. And if you, lawyers will be there, there's no appointment necessary, you can come in. Lawyers can give you free legal advice or send you in the right direction at least. And it helps give the state of Wyoming access to the courthouse. A lot of times, finances can be a barrier to hiring an attorney and getting into getting your legal problem resolved. And this week, we're hoping, this month, well, all the time, we're hoping to solve that problem, but particularly this week, the governor has declared it Wyoming Pro Bono Week, and so we're hoping to really highlight that for anyone who needs it.
You are a former president of the Wyoming State Bar, and how big is it to have that responsibility of doing pro bono work as a lawyer?
Every attorney that is licensed in Wyoming has an obligation to perform some type of pro bono,
Okay.
low cost or free legal services to its citizens or to groups that are nonprofit. So it is critical. It's our ethical obligation to make sure that folks that that can't afford us can still have access to lawyers. The access to justice can't just be a country club for rich corporations, right? It's got to be accessible to all of us, and that's how Laramie lawyers in particular are very good at this, and that's how we can make sure that everyone can have access to the courthouse.
Well, it sounds like a great opportunity, not only this Wednesday but every month. And bringing Pete Gosar, you're the director of the downtown clinic. You've partnered with this. How has this partnership kind of evolved and worked out here since your time as director?
Well, good morning, Dave, and thank you very much for having us on. You know, in the last couple of months, Equal Justice Wyoming and I were able to hammer out an agreement, and we'd like to thank them and the Wyoming State Bar and particularly the Albany County Bar Association. They're the people who provide their services, and you know, it's another opportunity for the community to help our clinic and the folks that come into our clinic. And so we so appreciate the time and effort, whether they help direct people to the legal cases that they need, or to the advice that they need, or just lend an ear. You know, that provides our people with the idea that they matter. And for many of our folks that are sitting in our waiting room, that matters for them. And I really do appreciate the work that the Albany County Bar Association does for us. They come in after a long day's work and they give us a couple more hours.
Well, and it sounds like it's been successful in terms of people taking advantage of this in the past. Is that accurate?
Sure. We had the first one in April, I believe it was, and in 2 hours we had 20-some people show up. And
wow.
Just last week, or last month, excuse me, September, there was 8 to 10 folks to see people like Devon and help them out. And so we hope that we'll be consistent and use people's time wisely, and we get the word out, and we're hoping that more people, not just our folks, will come visit you know, the good attorneys from the Albany County Bar Association, our clinic, because it is open not to just our people.
All right, so as I mentioned, this happens once a month. Is it certain days of the month? Because obviously we've got this one kind of coming up here, the fourth Wednesday of the month. Is it a certain day of the week, certain day of the month here, Devon?
It's typically every fourth Wednesday of the month, although in November it will be the third Wednesday because of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then December there won't be a legal clinic, but we'll get back up and rolling in January. And folks can count on the fourth, generally speaking, the fourth weekend of the month. We also have an Albany County Every other week from 2 to 4 on at the courthouse. You can come in and speak with a lawyer as well.
Okay.
And that's not, those folks are not permitted to give legal advice. It's more of a reference point, so they can come in and a licensed attorney can direct them to the resources that Equal Justice Wyoming or other entities in Wyoming can offer. So there's a lot of opportunity in Albany County. Like I said, Laramie lawyers are extraordinarily gifted in helping out those who are less able to help themselves. And so there's a lot of opportunity to get access to lawyers in Laramie.
What type of questions do people pose? If you don't mind me asking just a few examples off the top of your head, Devon, if you can give them.
That's a really good question, David. If you're coming to the clinics on Wednesday nights, you really need to have a civil legal problem. We don't do any criminal advice. So landlord-tenant, custody, child support, divorce, collections, that kind of thing are what we're hoping to see. If you have a criminal issue, there are public defenders that are available to you through that system. But if you come on one of the Wednesday nights, we were happy to help you with your civil legal problems.
All right. Now, I know that the downtown clinic, Pete, has done a lot more than just this. Talk about some of the other work that you guys are doing with the downtown clinic right now.
David, thank you. This is just another avenue for us to move healthcare beyond our clinic walls. You know, there's an idea that 80% of healthcare happens outside of a clinic, and so we've, in addition to the legal clinic, we have gardens in the back and a fresh fruit produce program, along with Feeding Laramie Valley, which is just wonderful for our folks. And we have a walking program with the City of Laramie and the Laramie Rec Center. And last year, 12 people over 3 months took more than 3 million steps. And
wow.
It's an amazing opportunity for our folks, and those things wouldn't be available to us if this community didn't care so much. And so we got to thank all the folks, the attorneys, the professionals, all the entities, your organization today for helping us get the word out. Without the Laramie community, Albany County, we wouldn't exist, and we really do understand that, and we appreciate it.
We want more people to take advantage of it, and it sounds like that's kind of your goal as well, Pete.
Yeah. Well, we think that if we can empower our folks to take control, many times that's not been their life past, and so how do we get people to engage in the community in a different way? And so I think if we can have community gardens, or if we can have walking programs, or if we can be involved in a trash cleanup day, I think that changes the idea of who comes to the downtown clinic and how we're all just maybe one accident away from meeting the services of free healthcare or free legal advice.
Absolutely. And your location, just in case people are unfamiliar with it, where are you guys at?
We're at 611 South 2nd, right next to Albany County Public Health, across from Napa. I think most people know that.
All right, yeah, no doubt about that. Downtown Napa store. No, I remember doing ads for them a lot. I've been here a while, let's just put it that way. So, all right, so the clinic is every 4th Wednesday. Again, they're moving it up by one Wednesday. It'll be the 3rd Wednesday in November, nothing in December, and then back to kind of a regular schedule in January. But if you need some free legal advice, take advantage of the Wednesday night free legal clinic. What are we talking about time-wise with these clinics, Devon?
5 to 7,
okay.
No appointment necessary. There's usually 5 or 6 lawyers that'll be there, and it's just first come, first serve. Come on in. You'll fill out a small little questionnaire so we can try to match you with an attorney that may be best for your legal issue. And a lot of times folks don't even know that they have a legal problem. So if you think that you may have something that might be addressed by the legal system, I would encourage you to come by, because a lot of, like I said, a lot of times folks don't even realize that their problem may be solvable by some type of legal advice.
Okay, so give yourself some help, it sounds like, and then this is here for you folks to take advantage of it. Anything else before I let you two go this morning, Devon and Pete? Anything else that we need to get out there?
Just a reminder to folks that the governor has declared this National Pro Bono Week. So lawyers of Wyoming and the Wyoming State Bar are committed to offering this service to its citizens and making sure that everyone has access to the courthouse steps.
I know we were talking before, and I believe, and I saw this actually on his kind of agenda this week that comes out on Friday. He's going to sign a proclamation today for that National Pro Bono Week today over in Cheyenne. So.
That's right.
Well, I appreciate you both coming in, talking about this, and hopefully more folks can take advantage of it in the future.
Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.